Apple, right? They just launched the 4.5%
Hmm.
savings account. And me and you always talk about like just like the permanent life insurance and how the savings accounts. I mean, like that's like a savings account for most people.
Right.
So if Apple get in the game and do the 4.5%, and they got $1 billion worth of accounts
Right.
in a week.
Yeah.
For one, Apple got everybody data because people got iPhones and they track everything online. So like, where do you see as an advisor like the future of banking and the future of personal finance? Because is it gonna all be intertwined with this tech? Like banking is
Yeah.
all these banks going out of business. Is banking gonna even be a thing that's
Yeah.
not intertwined with some form of technology in the future?
I don't think it's possible to not have the two intertwined at this rate.
Right.
And I mean, technology is ingrained in every aspect of our lives, bro. Like, I know people who have not touched physical cash or carried around cash or even a debit or credit card in so long. I remember I told you this. I was with one of my homies in Florida, and his dad lives down there, and we're out at a little festival or whatever, and he's buying food, and he just taps his Apple Watch on the
Yeah,
register
yeah, yeah. I
to
used
pay
to
for
have an
his
Apple
food,
Watch.
and I'm like, the dude has a digital card inside a wallet inside the watch, and he don't even carry a wallet around. He just tapping his wallet on stuff to
That's
pay for
dangerous.
everything.
That
It's very
that's
dangerous.
dangerous.
But it's about the efficiency. It's about the new wave, and there's no way that at the pace that technology is booming and our economy is going, that you'll be able to separate like development of technology from money. And it's just getting all intertwined into one because, like you said, the same service that has your cell phone now has all of your money as well.
Right. I mean, I don't understand why. Well, I mean, we're in a recession right now. No matter what Joe Biden say or whatever, because the GDP growth has been
Right.
going down for the last 3 months, right? So, I'm not sure if you've seen any drop in your business, but me being in the advertising business, I've seen like days where we don't make any money, and then the money flows in. So before that, it used to be consistent. Like I can
Right.
kind of forecast 2 to 3 months of what I'm going to make based off the moves and the content that I create. But now it's like you just really don't know. So if you're not financially literate, you're in trouble. Not Vibe magazine, Vice magazine just went out of business. BuzzFeed just went out of business. MTV News, they all going out of business. So traditional media is really, really in trouble, right? So I see a combination of all these big companies, tech companies. I'm talking about Microsoft, Google, Apple. All of these companies are going to be so intertwined in our life in terms of banking, in terms of buying a house, all of that to the point where, because it's all data driven,
Yeah.
right? So they're basically trying to guess if you're a good candidate based on your behaviors, your text messages, everything. So it only makes sense for them, Google, with all your data, to partner with a big company similar to how Apple and Goldman Sachs have
Yep.
partnered, and now they're doing the banking thing. But I don't know how long that 4.5% is going to stay. Maybe it's like an entry level thing to get a whole bunch of people in,
It's got to be, bro.
because that's ridiculous. Because banks traditionally give you what, point and a half? I
Yeah.
mean, not a point and a half, zero, half of a point.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah, and I mean it's funny because in the '80s, right? Like if anybody go talk to their auntie or they mama or whatever, they gonna talk about CDs, right?
right,
Because
right, right, right.
back in the '80s, a certificate of deposit would give you a high interest rate because interest rates were crazy, and that evened out, right? That toned back down. So it's just the same thing happening right now. Yeah, the interest rates are high, it's looking crazy, and you can put money in a high yield savings account and get a return that some people don't even get in the stock market, but
Right.
there's no way that that's sustainable, but it's definitely a great timing for them to come out with this, right? Like so convenient for me to come out with a brand new product at the time where you're going to get the best return in history almost. Well, at least since the history of Apple really being developed what it is, but there's no way it remains that high, but
Right.
by the time it drops down, people are going to already then put money in there and been comfortable with it. Like I got the savings account, so I doubt that they're going to
I mean,
start
Apple is
shifting
getting
it.
all the way into finance. I mean, I have the Apple Card. I don't know if you have like
No,
if
I
you.
didn't get that.
Yeah, I have the Apple Card, bro,
Yeah.
and they gave me a pretty good um like line of credit when I applied for it. Actually, I wasn't even going to get it, but I'm just like, I'll be looking at my inquiries every year, and I'm like, Oh, a couple of my inquiries fell off. I apply for the Apple Card. Let's just see how much they're gonna give me. Because I was hearing a bunch of people saying like Apple giving out real good lines of credit. So I applied and I got a nice line of credit. But I'm just thinking about like at first Goldman Sachs and Apple. Well, Goldman Sachs reported that like they was losing money on that,
Yeah.
right? So I think the full play is the banking play, and basically they getting all your deposits, and instead of them putting up their billion, 2 billion, 5 billion, they're gonna put up your five
Yep.
billion, 2 billion to lend it back to you and take interest, and it's all on your phone and on your device, and then Apple is just going to keep selling you different services. You need storage, you need this, upgrade your phone, you got money. Like they know if they have your credit card information, your banking
Yeah.
information, they literally know that Cliff has $25,000.
Right.
We got this new iPhone. He can afford this new iPhone.
Literally.
So it's very, very dangerous. It's almost as if they're literally snooping around in your house,
Yeah.
in your bank account, and everything. And there's no way turning back. I mean, we trade convenience for privacy.